that everything that is.
How much you bet? Be like a man. Just I'm gonna see you, man. Okay, that's one question.
I'm answering your question. The answer is the fact that everybody says that she married her brother. How many times did she?
How much you bet?
Can I answer your question without you interrupting?
I don't deal with the retarded.
Are you gonna interrupt?
You don't deal with yourself then.
I don't deal with the retarded.
I was telling you the answer.
Yourself.
I don't deal with the retarded.
Well, I mean, like, you're retarded.
Sorry, jackass.
The reality is, if it's defamation or slander by either writing it down or saying that she married her brother, why has she not brought a civil suit against anybody that ever brought it up?
I don't think he understands what you're saying.
But you have to tell him like a third grade level. You should have
She would have to prove it.
You have to tell him in a third grade level, guys. He's not going to understand what you're saying.
One of the reasons she wouldn't bring suit is
you should have. Listen, if that's true,
depositions, we can ask her anything.
But you have proof, yes or no?
Yes, we have plenty of proof.
Well, the problem with that, whenever you sue somebody, you get this.
In public,
Oh my God!
You.
All right, amazing. But when you sue somebody, you get discovery. So she has to release all of this personal shit. She would never
depose you. And you have to answer the question.
Whatever Zion say, I'm not.
No, whatever they say, that they won't go through.
You know, the greatest...
They won't disclose that amount of information.
The biggest tragedy is that Israeli intelligence didn't see October 7th, and they didn't have an auxiliary force ready to utterly wipe out the invaders and decimate them from every angle and surprise attack them as they surprise attack the Israeli concert goers at Supernova. It's just such a shame that Israeli intelligence didn't have the knowledge of the impending attack, so they could have wiped them all out and then prepared for a massive invasion to wipe out the remaining enemy forces in the
Like, oh my God.
Becky, look at her butt. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Baby got back. LA face with an Oakland booty.
I remember that too.
statopesia. I still remember it from the nice constructive rooms I would have basically about black people for like a couple years straight on this app. Statopesia. It's where the fat accumulation on the buttocks that is seen in women of West African, Central African descent.
Is that called the ledge?
I actually think there might be an evolutionary reason why
It's a ledge.
Appreciate
It's a ledge.
a nice big bum, and because all of their women had it, that must have
She married her brother.
You know, if strong selection or well, it wouldn't be strong selection, but if like natural selection had a role in it, it could be that they like the
Pepe.
women, so they procreate with them, and that's why they have a lot of big butts.
Pepe, do you believe in the theory of evolution?
Yeah.
So the question about evolution always comes down to genetic mutation. Like there can be no evolution without genetic mutation. Natural selection alone can't create new species. So how do you explain R-word genetic mutations creating non-R-word, genetic mutation? How do you get around the genetic mutation with regards to the progression, of speciation?
I don't know. So genetic drift has more to do with the genes changing. That at least that's from what I've been told. So, it's interesting. So if you look at like a lot of people can't tell them apart, but like bonobos and chimpanzees, which they are 99.6% genetically similar. but I mean, they literally differ by millions of years in evolution. If you look at chimpanzees and humans, I believe it's right at around 99%. Like we're also tens of millions of years away from them. But if you look at all of the archaic hominids that have been dug up, you see like a progression of human-like archaic hominids that were gradually became more anatomically modern, like to us today. I mean, I don't know. I think it's like, I think with modern DNA, it's kind of hard to go against that fact that there was like an evolution occurred.
Well, my point about that one, Pepe, is like, we know that there are one-celled organisms that are like bacteria that are on this planet. Name me one two-celled organism. And the answer is you can't. Like, you know, you go 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256.
Okay,
you know,
we get the progression.
Right, yeah, but we don't have, we still have one-celled organisms, and we have us as multi-celled organisms. But you're saying we came from one-celled organisms, but there are no two-cell
I
or
have
three,
no idea.
like
Yeah,
four cells or
I don't
eight
want to go.
cells.
Yeah, but I don't want to go back that far.
But there's no evidence of any of it. But you have a presupposition that there's some version of evolution.
No, there is evidence. There's a preponderance of evidence.
Show me
that
a
shows
two-celled
that,
organism.
Jesus Christ, shut your fucking mouth. God.
Hold on. What's up? I woke up, guys. What the fuck is going on here? How did this room come to this fucking conversation already?
Who?
But the people that were heated, just, kind of left.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Fuck, I missed it all, huh?
Well, we literally beat the shit out of them. So, and then they just happened to leave,
So, Father, this is a room of the victors.
Yes, we're taking our victory lap, and whatever. I only had.
I just don't understand Pepe's version of evolution.
Dude, the DNA that going back for fucking millions of years, there's links there.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. What are we talking about? Like links. What links?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're talking to a guy that took biomolecular chemistry, so I mean.
Oh,
yeah.
so that makes you a geneticist. Amazing.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I understand quite a bit more than I think you do.
Oh, really? Oh, so are you going to tell me that there's, I mean, a whole lot has come out on this, especially in the last few years. I mean, we're talking like from the leading geneticists at Harvard, like David Reich.
What did he say? Please tell me.
Well, he was saying, well, first of all, everybody, including himself, they all went by the out of Africa theory, but they're now, from all the information they have now, they don't think that theory was actually how things occurred. Basically, there were so many prehistoric humans that. And of course, you have to understand, like, continents were more connected at different points in time. What used to be North Africa, which is like a dry fucking desert, used to be a rainforest.
This is all the way back to Pangea for all we give a fuck.
Oh my god.
So I looked up, Pepe, I ran this through AI, and it just seems a little ridiculous to me because it says that mutations are permanent changes in the DNA sequence. They occur randomly due to errors in DNA replication, exposure to mutagens like radiation or chemicals or other. So why can't we evoke evolution if it's just mutation? We can do that ourselves by, manipulating genetic material, but why can't...
I guess we could, but that's why like I was saying, it's a genetic drift. In other words, these little errors, and then they can either be good or bad, but then some of them are going to be selected for. And
Well,
that's how we create.
the reality that I imagine, Pepe, and I'm being completely 100% sincere. Like, like Galapagos Islands, like, all the different tortoises have different features because they grew up on different, predators, and they had to, like, fend for themselves, right? But, like, we also know that the North Pole and the South Pole flip on this planet. But when that happens, like, there's a flux within the Van Allen belt, and, like, solar radiation will seep through in, like, microwaved areas, and the solar radiation will irradiate the specimens on the ground and change their DNA through, ionic radiation. And that I think is where I think that's where evolution really happens. And once the Earth stabilizes, then, like, it becomes a part of what you consider evolution.
Well, it says that models like Alpha G.
Big Bang. Like the universe is a Big Bang. The stars are a Big Bang. The people, us, were a Big Bang. Because if
My ex-girlfriend used to call me Big Bang.
well, there you go. Evolution is a series of Big Bangs. You know what I mean?
Well, it says that 800,000 years ago, that's when the change happened. And if you look at human history, the
Are you
Egyptian
talking about with what, anatomically modern humans?
it says that modern humans, Homo sapiens, evolved from earlier hominins through accumulated mutations. One notable case is a mutation in the AHR gene, AHR. 800,000 years ago, after splitting from Neanderthal, Denisovan lineages, that improved resistance to toxins from smoke. This likely helped early humans who used fire more extensively. I mean, look at Doc here. This guy smokes 3 blunts a day and 2 cigarettes. Like, he's evolving himself.
So you have to go. So if you go back even further, first of all, the discovery.
Look at Doc here.
Mainly through genes, sometimes through discovery. Like, they just found in North Africa a type of I guess you say not quite an anatomically modern human, but almost, in North Africa, that they never knew existed. It's completely unrelated to every other type of archaic hominid they've discovered. And then if you go back like fucking 20 million, 13 million years ago, I forget, like the Pierolas, these were like a group of people that were mostly bipedal. They walked on their feet. They formed communities. They likely it was them that learned to eat by cooking food, like accidentally.
Yeah, but that's all theological. That there's no evidence of anything from 21 million years ago.
Then you have other groups. Of course, they constantly go extinct, and then you have other groups that end up taking over or spawning from them. And
dude, I'm just trying to live in 2026. You're trying to bring it back 21 million years ago.
I just want to figure out what they used to smoke, like to smoke before Marlboro.
no idea when that started.
Like when did people start smoking weed? When did people start smoking cocaine? I mean, obviously, it's a worldly, it's a natural product. So were people 800,000 years ago?
Yeah, they were
smoking crack.
They were using chemicals, and so human evolution and even intelligence itself, they're synonymous and go hand in hand with chemical usage. The Egyptians in all their hieroglyphics, they have cannabis. Moses smoked cannabis with the burning bush. It's psychedelic chemicals and human imagination, projection, all of these mythology stories. So much of it has to be intertwined. And even in Roman architecture and ancient Hebrew architecture or remnants, they say that like on these like tables or altars, they were burning cannabis. So cannabis has probably always been involved in some type of religious, sociological, psychological, activity.
Well, that kind of makes sense then,
I mean, basically, you can also.
My thing is, I'm 50 years old. I'm one of the older people in this room, and none of us are like old enough to even remember 21 freaking million years ago. We can think about it, but like what are you trying to admonish with your point of view about like how we evolved to become us in Clubhouse, Clown House in 2026? It's Memorial Day.
No, I'm just saying,
died for us to be able to talk this stupid way.
I mean, you obviously, we can look at how separated we are. And we know, like, genetically, we have like over 98% of our genes are shared with fucking chimpanzees. We're literally in the same what is it, subspecies?
Yeah, but I'm not in the orangutan.
But we had, like, in terms of for evolution, we had a lot of there was a lot of evolution that obviously took place between the time we are who we are now and I guess our ancestors super far back were fucking.
See, this app is an audio app. So what's interesting about evolution also is that it's the evolution of sound, because all concepts can be related through sound that we can physically make. So the longer that the human project and experiment runs, the more sounds and concepts we can create. And then, in 2026, you create the trenches of Clown House and you get bang rooms. That's like watching a million years of evolution descend into a puddle of genetic R word. And, hello?
So,
hello?
If you're so, if you think all of us are fucking retarded, why don't you come up to the stage and say something?
It's because they can't actually, Oh my God! Look, we have a live one. Those are some great gauge earrings.
It's Hollow, Mr. ChatGPT. What's going on?
What's up?
How are you?
Yeah, no, man. The shit that's been said is just.
God damn it! Somebody mute Brian.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, fucking mute yourself, asshole.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
There we go. Hey, Zach. Oh, hey, let's go back on Hollow real quick. Hollow, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's very interesting watching right-wingers in their natural habitat. I have a lot of smoke for both sides. I think both of the polarized.
This is a natural
sides
habitat?
are kind of stupid. I don't know who's more dumb, but this whole shit, like, there's been too many things said, like, because you're probably going to be like, oh, well, tell me a specific thing. So I'll give you a specific thing. But there's been many things said that I thought were very fucking retarded and just...
Like what?
Okay. Pepe is up here talking about, oh, well, the out of Africa theory, that's actually, he's basically trying to frame it as like, oh, the most modern breakthroughs and advancement would suggest that maybe that's not true. Okay, cool. I'm willing to engage in that.
Sure.
Here's what happened. Zero evidence.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll post the link.
Bloviation and evidence.
Okay, sure. So if I give you a link from the leading researcher over at Harvard, and by the way, it's colleagues. That's kind of what they've been talking about. But if I give that to you, I'm sure that would suffice, right?
Potentially. I mean, look, we can look at it and determine whether it's what you claim that it is, because this is a thing people on the internet do. They'll provide links that don't say what they say it says. But let's say that it does. And look, I will be willing to call myself the retard if if I somehow totally missed this. Look, I'm not above it, bro. I'm
Actually, you know what? You know what the thing is when people supply links and all that stuff, is that people click on it and then they don't read it. So that's
Right.
you know what I mean. So
Well, no, that's my problem. And,
Yeah,
exactly what takes time. But all I'm saying is, okay, to me, I think it's pretty interesting that he comes up, he says the shit, and not everything is like science based, right? Not everything is can you provide a link to why you don't think X Y Z should happen? Not everything is like that, but this at that point is an empirical claim.
Wait, Hollow.
Claim calls for empirical
Hollow, can you hear me?
evidence. And if you've got
Hello?
it, then look, maybe I'm the retard.
Hello? Do you know that 13% of the population does 50% of the murders?
Yeah, that's cool. Right now we're focused on this claim that the out of Africa theory, which I'm interested whether people actually know what a theory means versus a hypothesis to begin with. But
Yeah.
whether or not
Theory
the out of Africa
and hypothesis
theory
seem pretty synonymous.
Something you can't not prove or disprove. Hypothesis is something that you would do conjecture to be able to prove or disprove.
Yep, that's not what a theory is. You don't understand it.
I said a hypothesis is something you can't
Right.
prove or disprove.
See, when 13% of the population,
Is something you can't.
13% of the population,
You sound dumb as fuck.
13% of the population kills 50%
I don't care.
of the murders.
I'm just interested whether the
Hello?
empirical claim that was made can actually be backed up. That's all I care about. Y'all can say whatever. I don't
so Hollow is basically shots fired at Pepe, and Pepe, he's like, well, Pepe needs to bring a link and all that stuff. So Pepe, what's your response?
Yeah, I'm just getting the link right now.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and Hollow's just over here, talking about empirical fucking, ideology. Dude, it's empirical evidence, which is what you use to be able to prove or disprove a hypothesis. The thing about a theorem is that, you can theorize it, but you can neither prove
Oh my
or
God, look at
disprove regarding
Stinny!
any
Hey,
science.
Stinny!
And
Hey, Stinny! Hi! Hi, Stinny! My little Stinny boo-boo! You never say anything to me, Stinny. You're just a lurker.
Listen,
You're a voyeur.
right-wingers,
A
right?
voyeur.
They're against political correctness, right? We're all
I
against that.
appreciate
Here's
you.
where I have that in common with you.
I need more voyeurs. I need 1,000 Stinnies.
Y'all want to call people racial slurs? You want to call people retarded? You want to call people faggots? Okay, cool. I'm with that.
Well, you sound like a retarded faggot the way you keep talking.
All right, God damn it, Bree, you're drunk, dude. Stop.
Just for,
He's not.
No, he keeps running his cocksucker.
bro, just
Hollow.
Look,
Hollow.
No, I'm trying to tell y'all where we agree.
Hollow, do you think your gauges make you manly, though?
Guys, shut the fuck up.
No, it's a good question. He's got gauges. Look at his PTR. He's got gauges in his ears.
Hey Pepe.
Hello?
Bro,
It's a legitimate question.
It's okay.
Hello?
Okay, nobody's
Can you hear me? Hello?
We can all pieces of shit together.
Yeah.
I'm with that. I support freedom of speech, right?
Hollow, hang on a minute.
Okay.
Pepe, you know what? I give you all permission to just fucking rail on this guy then.
So I'm going to. Well, it's fine. But can I ask you a question? Why is it that the out of Africa theory would provoke a response from you? Why that? Like, it sounds like you kind of almost found like it was offensive because it would change something.
Yeah, that's false. That's an assumption. I don't really give a fuck about the particular thing. Like, I post shit like anti-Semitism and shit too. So, yeah, I don't give a fuck that it's black people. I don't give a fuck that it's out of Africa specifically. What I give a fuck about is that an empirical claim has been made. No empirical evidence has been provided. And the empirical claim being made is counter to the scientific and historical consensus. So I'm just trying to figure out where I went wrong because I kind of do read on this.
Sure. Now I will say, well, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to read. How do I put this? If you can read the peer-reviewed research that they show regarding genetics, which I'm just going to. I mean, unless you have it, you're a geneticist yourself. I highly doubt you're going to be able to really be able to, absorb everything that's being said. I know I can't. But he generally, when he has been doing some interviews, because he did post something in one of the major journals where it was him warning that, like, look, as we're uncovering more from analyzing the human genome, it's gonna be discovered that there's not going to be really how do you put it? There's going to be disparities between different groups of people in good ways and bad ways. Basically, kind of giving a warning that some people might be offended or upset, by the research. Now, he's been going and doing the rounds, and he was saying how and most of it is in the term of interviews and well, yeah, basically interviews where he's saying he doubts the out of Africa theory, and that was the theory that he originally, actually. That was his guiding theory. That's what he.
Does it really matter whether it's out of Africa or out of the Middle East? Hello?
If you don't mind, bro.
Hello?
I think some other people in the room also said they're willing to let me and Pepe.
This is okay. This is a one-on-one. I understand, Howell. Please proceed, Doctor.
And it's no disrespect.
So you want to go in a private room with Pepe? Are you gay or something?
You see, you're being too emotional right now.
Well, I mean, why are you making a room full of people listen to your bitch ass talk back and forth with one other person?
Dude, you're just saying drunk, retarded bullshit.
Pepe doesn't seem emotional. I'm not emotional. Aim doesn't seem emotional. You're the only person that seems emotional. I thought we were having
it literally is a back and forth between Pepe and Howard right now.
Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm going to give
Hello?
you 5 minutes
Hello?
to hash out whatever the fuck you guys are hashing out. You, Hollow, and Pepe, just go at it for 5 minutes, and then we'll move on after that. Okay?
Go have breakfast. Come back. Cool.
Hey, look, yeah, we don't gotta beat the dead horse or go crazy. Look, man, we ain't gotta get crazy with it. I'm just saying. At this point, you're the person that's made a claim, and the claim that I understand you to make originally was that the out of Africa theory isn't it's not mainstream, or it's not like the consensus. And you quote it. Hold on, just let me, because I promise this is gonna make sense. I promise I'm making a coherent point. The example that you gave is this guy. I forget the name that you said. So forgive me on that. But you said this guy, and you're saying that this particular person has expressed that they have contradictions, I guess, to the out of Africa theory. Okay, cool. We can work with that. Like, we got a place we can start with. All I'm saying is, bro, like, just show us what you're talking about, because you can be a very good talker, and you can be very, very intelligent. I think you're an intelligent person. I disagree with most of what you say. I don't think that you're exactly dumb, though. I just think that you have the ability, if you're going to make this claim, that you should be able to kind of share something that we could look at, and then, maybe we agree, maybe we don't agree. But if not, then it gets to be, what I'm saying? Like, if you're scared to even share the shit, if you're not even willing to just provide some shit, that just starts to look kind of sketchy, because it's like, bro.
No, I get what you're saying. And so I just to be clear, the claim I made is that that there are geneticists, and particularly David Wright. Now, the reason I brought him up, and I posted a link to one of his interviews where it was about this topic in particular, and it's only like 4 minutes. I claim that he runs the genetics department there at Harvard. So he's not just some random guy. He's he's considered an authority on this, and he's questioning it. I claim that was the only claim I made. I don't have the. I pretty much have to defer to the experts when it comes to genetics, because that's not my field. I can't. There's nothing I can really do to determine anything on my own. So that was it, and of course that was the out of Africa theory. I don't. He didn't say that it's not possible or anything. He's saying that they're running across. They're doubting it more and more.
Well, can we cut maybe if I ask this, we could probably cut a large amount of time out of the conversation. Do we agree that the out of Africa theory is a very strong majority consensus in among anybody that has the fucking qualifications to say they know what they're talking about? Can we agree on that?
I don't know if it is now, but I would say for the majority of since I've been on this planet up until I would say at least the last few years, that appeared to be the majority consensus amongst the experts.
Okay, so no. Okay, so he provided a YouTube link. So what we need to do is we need to have Hollow go watch that video and see if it makes sense, and then have him come back here and you know what I mean? Because
that's fair.
I think that's the best way to go about this.
Can I now that is fair? Can I just ask one thing? And look, I'll get out the way, bro. Y'all ask me to come up, I'm perfectly fine with falling back. It's cool. But would it be fair for me to say, okay, what is the part of the video I should be looking at? You know what I'm saying? Is there a kind of a time span I can be looking at? And what's the specific thing that he's saying that challenges the out of Africa theory? Because if I watch the whole fucking video, by the time I come back, everybody's gonna be talking about different shit. It's you know what I'm saying? It's hard to look at a whole ass YouTube video.
Well,
no worries. I'm gonna rewatch it too, so I'm not gonna
So, and Hollow, it's totally up to you how you want to spend your life here. Nobody here will judge you on what you decide to do when you leave the room and you continue to engage with content in other places. That's a you problem, Hollow. But don't be hollow, okay? Try to, realize that life is mostly opinion, and the universe is transformation. It's not important. I just brought this up as a bait to bait Pepe about genetic mutation, because I was trying to wonder how we actually got a Pepe in the year 2026 through evolution. The important thing about evolution is that right now, as we talk, we are the furthest level of evolution in human history, and I'm just worried that many of us are R-worded out and brain rotted, and thus we have a genetic failure, that the mutation isn't advocating for more intelligence. Unfortunately, I'm afraid we actually end up with R-worded, brain-rotted people like yourself or perhaps Pepe.
Actually, you know what? It's been good. It's been good that Hollow came up and he grabbed his balls and he came up and he said what he said his piece, which is great. I love it, and I'm great. And I'm glad that he questioned somebody, and it happened to be Pepe. And okay, that's good. So as evolution comes to this conversation, we can move right along, and we can maybe segment into something else, or whatever. But it's one of those things where I'm glad that Hollow came up and you really question everything with Pepe, and so it's okay. So now it's time to go back to the video, watch the video, and then maybe at the end of the video, you guys can either come back here, or you guys can.
Father, let's just move on to Donald Trump. Let's get back to Donald Trump, because Trump is the greatest president we've ever had. And we're so lucky on this Memorial Day to have such a wise, intelligent, and strong leader like Donald Trump instead of Kamala Harris, the communist, and Tim Walz, the pedo. Thank God for Donald Trump. Amen. Can I get an amen? Amen. Can I get an amen for Donald Trump? Amen. Donald Trump. Amen. Donald Trump. Amen. Donald Trump, our Lord and Savior.
I want 2 gram blunt right now for Donald Trump.
Holy shit, are you trying to get higher? Or what?
Amen, Donald Trump.
It's not that bad. It's gonna be nice.
Hi, how are you?
Nice. What's going on, man?
Well, guys, how you doing? How's your Memorial weekend and all that? I had to work, so it was good though. So fun.
Well, I've watched about 50 porn videos today, so yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, I see.
Dude, your dick must be sore.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, my dick can't even get up, so fuck.
What do they call that? Gooning? They call that gooning or something.
No, it's called having fucking erectile dysfunction, asshole.
Ah,
Fuck.
well.
It sucks.
So, you can watch a video of a dude fucking a donkey in order to get excited?
No, I don't. Fuck. Unfortunately, that's kind of the good thing. I don't have to watch that shit.
Anyway, guys, so how's everything? Besides ED and stuff. How's everything going?
Everything's going good, man.
I haven't been on here I haven't been on here frequently lately, but yeah, that's cool, man. You guys doing all good, man? I really haven't been paying attention too much. Looks like there might be some sort of peace deal. I'm skeptical about that, of course.
Yeah, I think we all are. You know, it's
Dealing
one
with
of
the
those-
molars,
yeah.
right?
Actually, I've been talking with some people that I know within the ZipperNet, and honestly, we're at like 99% there.
As far as what?
The reason we started this to begin with.
As far as the nuclear shit, right?
Dude, I was fighting these same stupid fucking Jish out of my D back in fucking 2007. That was 20 fucking years ago. It's the same fucking people.
But they're our friends. Just kidding. No, it's pretty wild, man. A lot of those. I'm being sarcastic about it. But no, a lot of those IEDs that were destroying like armored vehicles they were copper plated or copper lined. They were from the IRGC, specifically designed to.
Yeah, it's called an EFP, explosively formed projectile.
Yes.
Yeah, you make a bowl. You make a bowl that's like 1 inch thick out of copper, and you take a steel pipe that's like 8 inches in diameter, and then you shove that bowl on top of all the explosives, and pack it down like it's a cannon, and then you throw it at a vehicle, and the path of least resistance is through the copper, but when it throws it at like an Abrams tank, the liquid copper goes through the reactive armor.
See, now, how the fuck did they figure that out? Right? I mean, I'm just curious.
Physics?
I guess physics, right? Yeah. That's wild, dude. It really is. And then, looks like Cuba's gonna be next. Cuba's
Dude, on this Memorial Day, I would like to say, let me get like 20 seconds with 5 seconds right here of peace of silence. Okay, in 2008, Corporal Mixon, he was from Louisiana. He was a 19-year-old kid. He was driving a striker. Oh shit, there I was, Baghdad, Iraq. And this EFP went off, and when he got hit, it went through the driver's cab of the striker. And when I finally got up to where he was, the whole back of his head was knocked the fuck off. Like, there's no saving this. Like, and dude, he was 19, and he had gone home on like R&R, like
like the rest of relaxation. And when he was there, he ended up getting his wife pregnant. And then when, like, you know, he died, I came home, like, you know, 11 months later, and I literally got to hold his daughter, and I held him when he died, you know, and then, like, the idea of holding his daughter, and he never got to hold her. Like, that's what Memorial Day is about. To remember those that, like, you know, because all gave some, but some gave fucking all. Yeah, that's for sure, man. I've wanted to ask a few people today because I know there's a lot of people that don't like our military. They don't like, I mean, our government, which is understandable, right? I mean, the government thing is understandable. You don't have to love your government, but you should love your country and you should respect the fighting men and women, just the people who put it on the line. Because literally the reason why they're able to talk that way is because of the sacrifices, you know, the men and women have made for us to be able to have this luxury that we have, you know. And so I just, you know, that's really what offended me so much about this whole, you know, during this Iran thing. It just seemed like we had so many Americans rooting against us, you know, and that's a real fucking shame. You got to really check yourself. You're rooting against your own country, and you know, we just do our job, right? I mean, it's not these military men and women. They just do their fucking job, and they go where they're sent, right? But shitting on them is not cool. So. Bro, dude, I was a medic and they shit on me all the time on this app.
Nice. Should we change the topic?
You know, no, it's Memorial Day. Why would we change the topic on Memorial Day?
You're not listening to me again. There's a title.
I hear you, Rafi. But what's the title? Palestina? It's not a real place.
Oh, we know that. The question is,
It's the Ottoman Empire. You want to go back, you know, 500 years?
I'd be okay with
like the Ottoman Empire controlling Palestina?
I'd be alright with changing the title, bro. I mean, this whole Palestine fucking Israel conflict to me is pretty. It's just a dead fucking horse. I mean, on this app especially. You do whatever you want.
What are you going to take the title today? You guys want something American?
It's not my fault you don't know how to fight.
Doc, it's the internet, man. It's the internet, man. Yeah, I don't care, man. Whatever you guys want.
Well, Rabbono Shalom, let's just talk about how the liberals on this app project all their fascist, socialist, communist ideology onto Donald Trump all the time, and they project and project and project and project. And, you know, they fail to realize that they are what they are criticizing. And Donald Trump is a fair and equitable and, you know, justice and law enforcement based president. And thank God today we are thanking God for Donald Trump and not Kamala the cackling communist Harris, who would have destroyed and deconstructed and ruined America. And thank God Donald Trump is our president, because Iran has been struck a blow and those fuckers are on their knees. And hopefully we get a deal of some sort. But if they break that deal, thank God we got a backup. His name is DJT. And he can push a button, and his button works. Hello?
Well, I'm glad you brought up Kamala Harris. Guys, think about where we might be if we had Kamala Harris as president, Liz Cheney as defense secretary, because apparently that's who they were going to confirm. It was going to be Liz Cheney as defense secretary. We've been fucking appeasing the Iranians for sure. And we would have been so heavily involved in Ukraine, more than we are than ever. Probably would have been on the brink of World War III. And I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic here. I'm just being serious. Like, imagine
Think about what would have happened. Ebola would have been such a fucking crisis. On top of this, HANA virus, they would have shut down the entire fucking country, the entire world. Think about if the Democrats had been running the fucking show. They would not have lost this opportunity to shut things down and pump in more pharmaceuticals, more vaccines. Make sure you're taking your HANA virus vaccine. Make sure you're taking your fucking Ebola vaccine. They're trying like ever. And then, like I said, Kamala Harris would have been appeasing the outrageous, giving them more ability to be a fucking threat. And we would have been at the brink of war with the Russians. I'm sure of it. And the Chinese. It's fucking crazy, really.
It's worse than that because with COVID-19 and the platform censorship lockdown, we would have been in a communication disaster where all criticism of the COVID-19 ZAV, the federal response, etc., total censorship. But a lot of that is Elon Musk buying X. But if Kamala and Waltz would have gotten in, guess what they would have done? They would have shut X down. They would have shut Elon Musk down, and we would have total censorship gridlock, and we would be in a war against our own government, which is trying to censor us. And they would have mass vaccinated everybody and made everybody go on a digital vax card.
Oh, yeah.
So they wanted total big pharma tyranny in this country and total censorship tyranny. They wanted to strip all your constitutional rights away from you, and they would have terrorized us and the world because Kamala is that fucking stupid and Tim Waltz is that fucking demented. These would have been national traitors. It is pure destiny and providence that Donald John Trump is our president.
It really is. I mean, if you don't believe in the Bible, folks, then, I mean, the Christians are fucking, we believe in this shit, but this is like surreal what's happening. I mean, it's really, that's surreal what's happening. It's all part of the plan, it seems. But yeah, man, it's just crazy what would have happened if we would have had Kamala. You know, we would have been really sick. But trust me, if these Democrats get power back, they're really going to be fucking shit up. They're going to be so mad. They're going to be so unhinged to gain power back that, you know, Joe's right. They'll probably put us in concentration camps, man.
That's what Democrats do. The Democrats put the Japanese in concentration camps. They are actually concentration camp experts.
Well, they're talking about hacking the court, hacking the Supreme Court, making, was it Puerto Rico and D.C. a state just so that they can...
Anything they can do to get power back, man, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, think about it. They don't want IDs. Why? Because they want to count on illegal votes. And, you know, they don't want... They want to let every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the fucking country... They want us all vaccinated, yet they'll let how many millions of unvaccinated into the country, all for votes. So you're fucking right, man. As soon as they get power back, and it's inevitable, eventually they probably will get their power back in some capacity. And yeah, it's going to be a Democrat revenge tour, bro. And people like me are going to be a threat to democracy. Or we're going to be fucking, you know, I mean, it's going to be wild what's going to happen to those guys.
I would straight up put you in. I mean, if I was in power, I'd put you in a fucking concentration camp.
Oh, God. I don't want to even see what you're going to do that day because, you know, you're kind of fruity, bro. So you worry me. You know, you probably have a weird crush on me anyway that day. So I don't want to hear what you got to say about that.
Okay, that would earn you a stay in the black part of the concentration.
Yeah. But no shit, man. That's gonna be scary. And you know, I'm just saying this as a Christian. I don't think we're gonna be here in the end times, folks. I mean, it's not even vaguely mentioned in the Bible. You know, we're probably, and what's stopping Israel from being marched on? America alone, pretty much. And there's a lot of anti-Israel hate. As soon as America ends that support.
What is stopping Israel from being marched on? They have an armed population trained in military warfare from 18 on up. What the fuck are you talking about? They have millions of soldiers.
I mean, it's not enough there, John. It's not enough to fight the fucking world. Think about the world. The Bible talks about many countries marching on Israel, bro. That's not something I'm making up. That's in the
Bro, that's called fucking philosophy and metaphors, my friend. You failed to see the metaphor. I'm sorry,
Sounds
but
like you're
if you
talking
can't
about
see
that.
the metaphor, you should try to use AI to ask what that metaphor might mean. It's not literal, Mountain. It's about personal development. Hate to break the big news to you. Talk to Bry here. He knows that the temple is in between your ears and near your temples. It's a metaphor, Mountain. Hello?
Your ears are the gates that allow your temple to be able to hear what you hear. If you let evil shit in your temple and your brain, you learn evil shit. Your ears are what you listen to. But if you want to be a dumb fuck, be a dumb fuck.
Well, it's settled. You two have definitely made the final word.
Shut up, nigger.
Well,
Jason, what's up?
Fuck Americans.
You been smoking crackers up there or what?
Hey, enlightened people. Oh my god, you can't deal with intelligent people. Are you okay, little guy? Are you gonna be okay, little guy?
Is this AI?
Fuck yeah, it
This
is.
guy actually drunk. Like, what's going on?
It's fucking
No,
yeah.
I'm laying in bed talking to your bitch ass.
hey, Jason, say bottle of water.
That's your badass.
Jason, say bottle of water.
Fat. I'm less than 160 pounds. How fat do you think I am? Why do you sound like Helen Keller when you say it like that? Oh, you're not even smart enough to keep up with the conversation.
Let's talk.
Roll your blunts if you got them, folks.
Bro, I'm laying in bed. Fuck y'all, I'm about to go to sleep. Y'all bitches are stupid.
You're right, Doc.
You can speak English.
Yeah, I mean, let's just get back again to the difference between a metaphor and something literal, as if there's something new under the sun. You know, whoever's been living in the Middle East, well, a lot of those people, their families have been there a very long time. If you live here in America, we just hit 250 years. That's nothing compared to some families and some, ethnicities. They've been there for thousands of years. So the point is, 2026, this is the now. And just listen to what people say, and you can see how intelligent they are, what knowledge they have, or lack thereof.
So-
Hello?
So the one thing is Iran is actually there was a thing. It was the oldest civilization. Iran, yeah, crazy, yeah.
No, Iran's pretty cool. Persia, like, have you seen wells? Or hand dug wells?
Fuck Iran, look, I'm Muslim, bro.
Hey man, we don't care. If you're gonna be retarded, bro, mute up.
People think Iran and Islam is no Americans are trying to push that narrative. Iran is not Islam.
Bro, you're dumb.
What are you Iranian? You Persian? You said that.
Am I Persian?
What are you up to tonight?
I run so far away.
Doc, I thought you said you were muting up.
It was fun though. Try to get away.
Wish we were spoon.
Not me. Not me.
Jason, how
This
about
guy's a veteran from. I thought it was a veteran. This is a real nigga veteran.
Jason? How much crack did you smoke?
Crack. Bro, I won't sell that to your march, bro. I want to your whole G.
How much crack? How much did you smoke?
My nigga, I only sell that to your moms.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's just be honest. This app has some brain rotted out R words that can't contribute more than less than intelligent sentence of absolute meaningless dribble. As you just witnessed, there are
Say the
men.
most intelligent thing you can say, John. Go ahead.
Well, the more you think, the more you speak with Pepe, the further from the truth you are gonna get.
Amazing.
Actually, that's from the Dollars in.
But I will just remind everyone that 13% of the U.S. population is responsible for 50% of all the heinous murders. And that 13% population happens to be...
Oh, it's over 50%. It's over 50%.
Oh, absolutely. And so, I mean, I just saw something in the news about 3 young African-American men that murdered a mother on her driveway, stole her car, and put 8 rounds in her. And all I got to say is, until we have capital execution in this country, we will never, ever, ever save America, because real value requires capital execution. Real values. Hello?
Bro, you wouldn't want to know what I would do with a Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. I'd have a whole bunch of Christmas ornaments that were different.
In other words, a bunch of dead black people hanging from each fucking branch.
Uh-oh.
No, pedophiles and everything in between.
Oh, okay. So you got to mix some white and brown people in with the blacks hanging. I got it.
Well, I mean, equal lefts, equal rights, right?
That is total virtue signaling right there.
I'm sure Jesus would love that on a Christmas tree dedicated to him. He'd
Well,
slap just a
I
bunch
mean,
of
what did Jesus mean when he said, like, if you get slapped, turn the other cheek?
Well, I think, like, when he celebrated his birthday,
I asked you a question.
like,
Why are you moving the goalposts?
people on a Christmas tree.
Why are you moving the goalposts?
How about you answer the
Maybe
question?
dumb rednecks like you from
I asked
having
you a
Mississippi
specific
wind
question
chimes.
and you
Okay,
didn't
it's
answer
in
it.
rural West Georgia.
Georgia still didn't answer it. Boy. I said when Jesus said, like, you know, you get slapped, you turn the other cheek. What did he mean by that?
Yeah, and you stick your tongue in between men's cheeks, you fucking faggot. Shut up, son of
Oh,
a
you don't know what he meant by that, so that's why you can't answer.
Whatever you prefer.
No gayness, bro.
You don't even understand what turning the other cheek means.
I don't know what you did with your sister or your mom did with her brother when she had you. What?
I had brilliant conversation and ramen noodles because we were poor.
Sure. I'm so mad that I had a brother baby with you. How we can afford his ramen noodles?
Pepe, you're a dick, bro.
Is you insulting me make you smarter than me because you couldn't answer the question?
Fuck both you rednecks. Fuck both of you. Suck my fucking dick.
Pepe, what's crazy is you are such a flaming homosexual, and then you say like being gay and shit. It's just like crazy, bro. Stop with the projection.
Fucking sick. Now suck my dick.
Yeah, okay, man.
That's what he wants a man
I don't
to
really
do.
care. Dude, come on.
You guys are a bunch of... both of you are just redneck sodomites.
I am a redneck, and I'm not a sodomizer. You can't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Homo lives in Arizona because here's the thing, buddy. You couldn't even survive if you didn't have air conditioning up there. You couldn't even survive if you didn't have fucking water being
And your
sent to
fat
you
ass couldn't
from
survive
here
if
to
you
the
didn't
mountains,
have
bro.
fucking processed food. That's okay.
Pepe, what's just crazy, bro, is the projection with you is off the charts. You gotta stop this shit, man. Stop with the projection. I fuck with you, dude, but you gotta stop. Anybody who lives in Arizona does it. That's where retirees go, snowbirds, bro. You don't know what hard is, motherfucker.
Oh, I live in Montana and
You know
Alaska.
what hard is what's up your butt a couple times a week.
You live in like the most beautiful part of Montana. Oh my god, it's so harsh out here.
Yeah, well, it was at one time, but you know, white people like us fucking made it nice. So.
Hi, Bri.
You sick fuck!
Peace, love, health, and love,
You know who doesn't make it nice is the Blackfoot, the Crow, those people.
They're on reservations that don't even, you know, we don't care, bro. We outnumber them now. I mean, who cares?
No, I know you do. Actually, I have a half brother who's half Blackfoot.
Yeah, I mean, all my family is from Brown.
Dirty, stinking It's not my stage, so I won't.
That's a place where if you want, I mean, not want to, but that's a place where you could actually get murdered as brownie or like.
Well, I know they actually
Yeah.
scalp people. They're gross.
I mean, just people actually get murdered there. A lot of, I mean, fucking spooky. Yeah.
Drunk fucking Indians, dude, raising hell.
Even Indians don't say it there, let alone white people.
But I know. I'm really happy God didn't make me an Indian.
Me too. Me too. I feel the same way, bro.
Well, that's kind of
God has much to do with it.
it's kind of a ridiculous thing to say. And I have a book on Native American
Do you
wisdom.
want to?
It's very profound, very deep.
The reality is, if you grow up,
The truth is about Indian philosophy is if you can say it, it is not true. Again, if you can say it, it is not true.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Hello? Hello?
You're literally like
Hello?
you're
No
gonna
one
be
wants
born
to
in
hear
a,
you speak on this bullshit.
Hello?
you are going to be
Hello?
you're
No
going
one
on a
wants to
death
hear this
list.
dumb shit.
Hello?
Shut your fucking black mouth, you pussy.
Hello? If you
Don't
can
believe
say
the fucking
it,
stage, you
it
just came
is
up
not
here.
true.
Yes, white bastard.
Hello.
But no, you literally are going
No
to
one
be
wants to
on
hear
a
this
unlikely, what is
bullshit
it,
that you
dirt
have to
board?
say.
Shut your
No one-
fucking... Look, Indians don't like black people, okay?
Listen, there's a Native American saying that says, if you can say it, it is not true. And that's why you hear projection on this app all the time.
No, it's not projection. The reality is if you grow up...
The reality is that no one
Shut
still
your
wants.
black-triggered mouth, you fucking whiny bitch. Like, if you grow up...
No one wants to hear this shit that you're talking about.
And shut your black whiny mouth. Holy shit.
It's true though. I mean, all my cousins who live on the reservation, they all had to join the military to even have an opportunity because there's nothing there, bro.
Yeah, there's nothing. You're in the middle of nowhere. It's dirt poor. There's no industries there. There's nothing to fucking do. The sad reality is the only way you can generally really make it is to get off the fucking reservation, and that's one of the biggest complaints they have. They don't want to leave home, but there's no opportunity for them. Like it's a really fucked up place to grow up.
Yeah, well, welcome to America, where guess what? Uncle Samite can save your ass if you live in a trench somewhere in Dakota or Montana or even Alabama or Louisiana.
Yeah, but to be fair,
All it requires is for you to be disciplined, to live the life of a soldier. Many of you, like Pepe here, have never stood at attention and saluted or listened to taps at night before going to bed.
Do you know who has a higher enlistment rate per capita than white people? Native Americans. So, I mean, once again, these people they definitely put a lot of them step up and they serve for their country.
Isn't that amazing? A Native
Obviously,
American
that has to do for
from
lack of
a
opportunity.
Dust Bowl little shit town Pueblo is more patriotic than Dr. Pee-Pee, a 1990s self-proclaimed Democrat. Pee-Pee here, a 1990s Democrat.
No, I've been a Republican my whole life.
No, you're not a Republican, and you admitted that you're a 1990s Democrat.
If you were going to put me next to fucking Bill Clinton in the 1990s, or Joe Biden in 1990, or a lot of these, dude, they are literally further to the right than almost all of MAGA today. You can sit here and say, oh, that's bullshit, but it's absolutely fucking true.
No, it's not true because you say it. And the fact that you say it makes it not true.
Trump is a goddamn...
The fact
Trump
that
is
you
a
say
fucking
it
80s,
makes it
90s
100% not true. Exactly. That's a fact.
Nobody cares what you have to say, Impact.
The fact is, what you said, Pepe, is incorrect, and your opinion is 100% wrong.
Okay, tell me how Trump
the fuck up
is further to the right. Shut your fucking Negro mouth.
I don't need to actually respond to you. I just want to let everybody here know that what Pepe said is 100% incorrect. 100%.
Okay, tell me how Trump is further to the right than, for example, Joe Biden in 1990. In what issue?
In what issue?
Yeah, hey, look, you zesty little Negro.
You have the
calm
list
down.
of a cocksucker.
No, okay, you can just shut your zesty sodomite Negro mouth. Like, seriously.
Negro. Negro. Repeat after me. Negro.
Negro. Chanquito.
Impact, bro. We are trying to have
Chanquito, pinche mayate. You like 50 monkeys, you know? So, as we were saying, please let the white man talk. We don't need you just like...
Are you a white man or are you a spit?
Okay, you keep on using your shrimp sucking lips to just like blurt out like random bullshit when I'm talking, but you're not actually...
Please
I'll tell you what, go ahead and say something. Go ahead and say something smart. Say something smart.
Equals MC squared.
No, Negro, regarding the conversation, say something smart. Say something that would entertain us, and we'd be like, oh my god, that is a good point. Just go ahead.
Besides the one on top of your head?
We're waiting. You can't do it.
I'm waiting for good content.
You're an ankle bite. You're an ankle biter. That's what you do in a conversation. You ankle bite, but you don't actually have something to say or a fucking point. Okay, that's it.
For sure.
Well, I mean, you weren't saying shit that was entertaining.
All you're doing is personally attacking people. So
Yeah.
you're being the ankle biter.
I'm not personally.
Yeah, it's all projection.
You're just personally attacking people, not their points.
It's all projection all the time. 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 All projection all the time.
Okay, I didn't. You can say it's projection. I'm asking you how.
It's all projection all the time with you, little peepee. What we're trying to say here is, I kind of had, I think a lot of politics and global politics is just like totally tribal and, gangsterism, if you will, or gangs.
I did not ask that question. The question
And so
was,
what I'm trying to say is, I got some neighbors right now that are exploding fireworks. No, I don't answer Pepe's question. I answer questions if I want to answer questions. This is what Pepe does.
Okay, well, ask this
It always becomes the Pepe show, and he's not a moderator here tonight. Thank God. Thank God he's not a moderator tonight, because when Pepe monologues, he goes for hours, and then eventually it goes into his feelings and about how he hasn't had a girlfriend. And, it just goes on and 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 on. It never ends. It just never ends with Pepe. He just keeps talking and talking and talking and talking.
This is why you stay
And talking and talking and projecting and projecting and projecting all the time, over and over again. It's exhausting from a recorder's perspective.
Take your med so you go to sleep earlier. Fuck.
Someone who has to record Clubhouse all the time for a living eventually gets a little tired of the Pepe monologue, because it's very redundant, actually.
Anybody who records Clubhouse for a living should be tired of fucking living, just to be honest.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's actually passive income, and if you don't know how to do it, you're an idiot.
Well, he only gets like
Why don't you just shut the fuck up already?
views at most, and so he's obviously not really getting paid doing this. So I mean,
Are you sure about that?
yeah, we all know his fucking YouTube channels.
Which ones?
They're actually useful. Yeah, exactly. He has like 10 of them. But they're useful
Only 10?
if you weren't in a recorded room, you can go to one of his. This is where he is a useful. person.
I've known him
You
for
can go
5
back
years.
and watch
on
one of
this
his
app.
streams of the rooms.
He's been doing this for 5 years. Like, what are you talking
No, I know
about?
he has.
Who do you think brought me on the fucking app?
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Dude, Pepe, you're just a Corsican French guy that wants to be a Catholic, Reformed American. That wants to like suck dick for a living. That wants to be a regressive asshole in the closet. A screw or something. Hit a screw.
Okay, you dirty, right? You guys are a bunch of dirty niggers and fucking rednecks. That's all you guys are.
Niggers and rednecks.
See, that's actually Pepe's inferiority complex and lack of self-confidence speaking when he makes ad hominem projection like N-word and rednecks.
Not really, because okay.
Not really, because
Okay, all right, amazing. What's funny when you go on this app,
Why did you get this? You get this black low crazy retard that's coming on the stage. He's like, it's a troll Pepe. Nobody on game, man. You've always been a fucking nobody. And yeah, and I was somebody that would draw a crowd back when that was the name of the game on this fucking app. And nobody knows who you are or finds you interesting. You lazy, stupid, low IQ fucking miscreant. Shut the fuck up. You whiny bitch, quit biting on my ankles.
Hey, I am. Whose man is this?
Hey, by the way, just hang on a minute. So I've been letting you guys just go back and forth and talk all your shit in the last fucking half an hour because I was kind of busy. But now that I have a few minutes, basically, yeah, we're gonna clean house here in a few minutes. So
So talk about something interesting.
yeah, talk about something else.
Yeah.
The topic of the room has a lot of potential, I think.
Well, there you go. Well, why don't you start talking about the potential of the room then?
I don't feel like this guy's going to be very, lovable.
No, just let him try me. I want to see the crash and burn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Impact. The mic is on you. Let me see. Is America the best country in the world?
Fuck if I know. I haven't been to many countries, but I suspect that how one answered this is going to be proportionate to the fairness of your skin, generally speaking.
So the melatonin density?
How do you say that? And why do you say that?
Because black people don't love America.
No, I don't think. I don't think that's a true statement.
So you believe that?
Well, then why would you say that, like, America has anything to do with racial epithets?
Wait 1 second.
And a racial epithet is like nigger. What is that? Who said anything about racial epithets?
Okay, again, don't listen to
Well,
him.
he said that, like, if somebody's going to answer this.
Okay, so Impact, I want to ask, you said it depends on the skin, your skin color?
Oh, well, that's one characteristic. It probably depends on hundreds of characteristics.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
think most typically it's going to boil down to like religion, racial identity.
No, but forget about religion. Let's go to skin color.
Okay, let's go skin color then.
Okay, where is the one skin color better than the rest of the world then?
What happened?
What do you mean, brother? Where do you believe that one skin color can have it better than it being that skin color in America somewhere else in the world?
Wait, that question wasn't very coherent. Can you ask it again, please?
So let's say depending on whatever skin color you have in your head, right? Like I see skin colors, like every skin color will always do better in America. So my question is, where do you see one skin color doing better in the world than America? Any skin color, yellow, black, white. Where do you see them doing better than America?
I don't know if that's a solid question. Where do I see a skin color doing better than in America?
Correct. The opportunities. Being either black, being either red, either yellow, brown, doesn't matter the skin color.
Well, those are skin colors. Those are racial identities.
But any different skin colors, I just named you tones of colors, correct?
Yeah, but those are racial identities. Those aren't skin colors. Yeah, I didn't say anything about racial.
What's a skin color? No, maybe I'm a little bit retarded on skin color.
Yeah, so like there's like light reflects from the pigments in human skin, and there's a spectrum of colors that are reflected. Those are skin colors. Black is a color or the absence of light. And white is a whole other color, but neither of those are shades of human skin. Those are racial entities.
So what did you
Like
mean
entitled.
by skin color? Again, what did you mean by that?
You're the one who made the claim that depending on your complexion. So
Yeah.
is that based on identity or the color of your skin?
I think I mentioned skin colors, not racial identity.
You said skin colors. That's why I'm asking skin colors. So now I ask you, where is one skin color? Correct? Or again, I don't know how to explain it otherwise. Where would a black person do better than America, get better opportunities? Where would a white person get better opportunities than America, brown, yellow, or any other color?
You're trying to make this a racial issue, and I mentioned nothing about race.
I know, I'm asking about skin color.
You said skin color, which is literally correlated with race to the utmost degree.
No,
yes,
actually,
it is.
No, it's not actually.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. When the sun fucking hits your pigmentation, the colors change. Where is one black person gonna do better during the daytime and nighttime than America? Where the fuck is one white person gonna do better than fucking daytime, nighttime than America? You wanna fucking act stupid now? I'm asking a fucking simple question. You made that fucking stupid statement. As I understand, you're black, right?
No, I do not identify as black.
You do not. Okay. Well, this is fucking. If I see you on the fucking streets as a white person, I'm not gonna identify you as a black person. Let's say it this way. If Pappy sees you, is he gonna identify you as a black person? I love how they all come back to skin color, right? Defense mechanism. It's fucking weird.
Well, what do you think chameleons do? That's what chameleons do to survive and thrive in the jungle.
That's why this guy wanted to attack me, and he wanted to like fucking he wanted to center it. And you're gonna get this. I'm sure you guys have noticed this in the whole like Palestine versus Israel debate. You get African Americans that somehow like they implant their internal politics in the USA, which has nothing to do with Israel and Palestine, literally nothing. And they just kind of they'll hear some like narratives and like buzzwords like apartheid, racist, colonizers, and then they automatically are just gonna like apply that
narrative. Those are terms. That's not narrative.
No, but they give it narrative. Okay, the pro-Palestinian side gives a narrative using those terms. They're trying to paint a picture. That's how propaganda works. And then you get black people who automatically side with them. The funny part is that white supremacists don't side with Israel. That's the ironic part.
If you could go back to the topic of the room, I'd appreciate it because I think the topic is interesting. I think what Impact said could have been broken down, but I don't think Impact you were as honest as maybe you should have been, because I think what you said was an actual observation. You should have stood on it. You know what I'm saying? Like what you were saying is that white people probably have a different opinion about the topic than does the average black person for XYZ reasons, which you did not explain. So if you want to, you could explain those reasons, or you can pass it to somebody else.
But why would I'm just curious? Because white nationalists and white supremacists have never been fans of the Jews. Like, this is weird.
You're trying to make this a racial issue, and I mentioned nothing about race.
It is, yeah.
You said skin color, which is literally correlated with race.
No,
Most degree.
This is crazy childhood stories that actually my family did great. So, and that's me and Lakufi. But no, I don't use terms like white supremacy, and black. They're mostly bullshit terms. They're really not well defined. They don't make for good conversation. So I very willfully said like tone of one's skin, because as you know, I would assume that Meta, you identify as being a black person. Is this a true statement?
Yes, I identify as a black man.
I like the way you say it. You sound like Cleveland Brown. Meta?
My fault, bro. I was washing my hands, but yeah.
Okay. So Meta identifies as a black man. Now, watch this. Meta, have you ever heard the term passing?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that people who are like successfully passing would characterize the United States as being a great country more often than folks who do not pass?
I get that point, and I agree. I think people who, but just to provide nuance.
But when you guys say passing,
but that's not about racial identity, right?
Well, sure. But when you guys have to clarify these. You're using your own lingo when it comes to passing.
We'll get to it.
Okay, are you talking about white passing?
Yeah.
1 second, that's what I was about to do. I was about to do it. I think that what you said, Impact, is true, but we have to take into account the people who are ethnically black but can pass for white because they're phenotypically ambiguous are doing so because they want proximity to power, right?
Like who? Who would be allowed to pass?
Bro, you have to research.
Oh, there's lots of people who pass.
Well, no. I'm being dead serious. I've spent a lot of time around white nationalists. I would say you guys can say, even like, she's somebody who used to be in my rooms all the time, Amber Rose. She, I guess, could pass as white, but once she told you that she was, about her lineage, it's like, that's it. You're like, fuck you, you're gone. But she's obviously anomalous, like a light skinned black. Okay, to white people who care, about that are racist, I should say. A light-skinned black doesn't care if you're high yellow or red-boned or you're real dark. You're still the same, 6-letter epithet that they like to refer to you as. They don't care about that shit.
No, they're not passing then. They're not
passing. They
passing.
don't understand the cultural nuances, bro. So passing is not as prevalent today as it was in the early 20th century, but there were people who you would not be able to tell were black, bro, who you would think were white unless.
Okay, but they're not black. Is there only they're you're talking about a fucking octoroon. That we cannot tell if this person. We cannot tell that this person is partially black. But even then, I would say if you're an octoroon, you're somebody who. You were likely raised by basically white parents, and so there's nothing really black culturally about you that would make you stand out.
Not at all. That's not the case. So let me tell you, problems don't live in a place where there are a lot of folks who identify as black. Because I've seen folks who have parents that are my complexion, dark hair, and in their family there are very, very fair skinned people. Again, to the point where they are indistinguishable from folks who identify as white men. This is such bullshit.
Show you off, babe. Yeah, you're so tall and you got me on my toes. When it comes to level, she's not alive.
Okay, so you came on here so you can see the title of the room. This is America the World. So this is the best place in the world. Now, what I find awfully honest is that we can look at Africa, we can look at people of sub-Saharan, we can look at people of sub-Saharan African.
When you guys clarify,
using your own lingo when it comes to passing, including in countries where they rule themselves. Like we can look at the Caribbean islands. We can look at Africa. If there's one place, really, life expectancy, how healthy they are, the level of starvation, by every fucking metric, economically. How educated they are, they do the best here. In fact, the smartest people from Africa, like the Nigerians, for example, Yoruba, or no, I think it's the Igbo, I forget which one, but they end up sending their kids here to get educated. So, no, I quite frankly, black people do better in the United States than anywhere else. Metrically, you're not going to be able to find a place where black people do better. That's
Do you identify as a black person, Pepe?
That's irrelevant.
Oh, I hear that you judge that it's irrelevant, but it was a question, and I think it stands.
We know I'm not black. We know I'm not black, so that's why it's irrelevant.
I don't know what you are. That's why I asked. So you assumed that I was black when you were calling me a nigger and all that. But
I didn't call you. I didn't actually.
Well, again, in America, the highest percentage globally, there are most millionaires that are blacks. They get the opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that in America, where people have the ability and capability for social mobility, then yeah, you'll see every demographic raise because America is a system that is good because it is constantly destabilizing other nations. So, of course, if you have a mansion and all of your furniture is imported from other houses that are derelict, and you're wondering why people are coming to your house, probably because you spend so much money destabilizing other cultures.
Oh, so it's a giant structural white racist conspiracy. Got it. No personal responsibility, no knowledge, no trade, just complaining. I understand completely what you're saying.
Anything about race.
Well, thank you very little for adding no more value than when I first got here. Congratulations.
Are, like, literally as worthless as the white conservatives that are clearly have white nationalist leanings, but they're too
Somebody's a little triggered.
With what they actually mean. You have this black grievance identity that's wrapped in a lot of third worldism, because you're mentioning, us adopting the